Hi, I'm Sultana Gardizi, and this is Lesson 3, Impromptu Speech. According to Webster's Dictionary, the word diet is usually defined as a course of food in which one restricts oneself, either for medical purposes or to lose weight. Hint, the word restrict is a red flag. Dieting is a fragile practice that can easily lead to a self-destructive form of mental or physical health. My freshman year of college, I moved to New York City, and by the end of that year, I gained a freshman 20. It happens. It's typical for all freshmen. I love sweets and I love snacks, and New York City had great sweets and snacks, so I took advantage of that. By the end of freshman year, I looked in the mirror and I didn't love who I saw, or what I saw. My clothes didn't fit anymore, and I generally was unhappy with my state of being. So, I decided it was time for a change. And I found the low-carb diet. In a low-carb diet, you're supposed to focus on foods with high proteins and high fats, and try and eat as minimal carbs as possible, mostly cutting out breads and yeasts. I thought this diet was totally manageable for me. I could do it. Didn't seem too hard. So I started. And I got impatient. The pounds weren't coming off as fast as I wanted them to. So I went from low carb to no carb. Now, this no carb diet is not sustainable. The no carb diet is meant to do for a week, tops. Your body is not supposed to be deprived of carbs. It is supposed to have an equal distribution of all three food groups. So I found myself stuck. I was doing this no-carb diet and I felt like I couldn't go back. I felt like I didn't know what I could eat again and how I should eat again. I became obsessing over the grams of carbs I could eat each day, making sure I wasn't going over or under. It became a sickness. One day, I was looking on my phone and I Googled symptoms of an eating disorder. The results were shocking, because that was exactly what I was going through. It wasn't a diet anymore. I was sick. I had a disorder. Fast forward through 6 months of undereating, overeating, emotional trauma, purging, restricting. It was a very tough 6 months. Finally, I needed help. I reached out to my mother, and she got me the help I needed. Thankfully, she got me into therapy and got me nutrition education that I needed. It didn't happen overnight, though. It took months and months and months of recovery, and I'm still not recovered, and it's been 2 years. Let me ask you, have you ever looked in the mirror and wished that there was a little extra pooch in your stomach, wished that your muscles were a little bit more defined, wished that one extra roll on your chin would just go away? I sure have. I still do. Let me ask you this. Have you ever gone on a cleanse? A juice cleanse? A carb cleanse? A meat cleanse? Have you ever gone on a diet? How long did that diet last? Were you so relieved to eat real food again? And most importantly, were you proud of yourself after that diet? A very big thing in dieting is that we don't lose sight of why we were dieting in the first place. It is essential to make goals and achieve those goals. Once you achieve those goals, you must reward yourself. You went on a juice cleanse for a week. Reward yourself. How do you feel after ridding yourself of those toxins? Give yourself a pat on the back for that. These tools are so important to dieting and are so important to making dieting what it truly was and not letting it steer clear of its true path and become a self-destructive form of eating to your physical and mental health. Please keep this in mind when dieting.